Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Mafex Batman The Dark Knight Returns Batman Blue Ver and Robin. It's the blue version of the Fat Batman that we reviewed a while ago, and it comes with Robin, which I'm wondering, we'll do a quick question of the day right off the start, which is not a saying. Did anybody actually get this because they wanted Robin, or just because they wanted the blue and gray version of Batman without all the battle damage that the single figure release had? I bought it because I wanted the clean suit version, not the battle damage version. I couldn't care less about this version of Robin. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Okay, so yeah, this is basically another release of the same figure-ish. Slightly different, obviously, but more or less it's the same. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6 3/4 to the very tippity top of his head, which makes him almost exactly 17 centimeters, and that's about right for this scale. I think that's pretty good. And like I said, it's basically the same release as before. There are a couple of slight changes. Unfortunately, I don't have my black and gray one anymore. I think I sold it. I can't find it. I must have sold it. I don't remember selling it, but I guess I did. But I'm a blue and gray kind of guy anyway, so I don't have them side by side to compare, but if you want to go up there, I did review it, and you'll be able to see the differences up close and semi-personal. Okay, so let's talk about the aesthetic. We already did a question well, let's do another question of the day. I ask it every time, but I get different answers every time from different people in the audience. Blue and gray or black and gray? If you're an all-black person, you're not allowed to answer that. You have to pick blue or gray or black and gray. If you had to choose between those two, it'll make it more fun. Alright, I'm definitely a blue and gray. So let's talk about the aesthetic on this guy. The thing I'm going to get out of the way first is we do still have the pleated cape, which I just hate. It looks like a cupcake wrapper. I hate that. Stop pleating the cape. I get that it needs to be folded at the top. Don't pleat the cape. I'm tempted to try to iron it. It feels like it's straight polyester. So I should be able to iron it, but I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it. But I'm going to go ahead and try to iron it because this pleating looks terrible. It's all wrinkly in the back and pleated everywhere else. It just looks not good. If they're going to use a stiff fabric like this, they cannot pleat it. It looks really bad. Alright, other thing I noticed is there is shading throughout. It looks pretty good. The shading is a little bit weird right here. I think you can probably see that light spot right there. That's definitely weird. It's not just shadows. There's a light spot on his torso, which looks kind of funky. Okay, let's talk about the detail paintwork on his chest. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this. The yellow is a little bit iffy. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but right there, you can see thick spots and thin spots of the yellow, and it doesn't look great. Definitely could be better. Also, the line work is nowhere near as clean as it should be, and the sculpted bat logo is not painted to the lines. So, it's a pretty iffy bat logo. Honestly, like, I've seen better on the McFarlane figures, the Mattel figures. Like, almost every bat logo I've ever seen has been cleaner than this. At this price point, not really acceptable, but I can't say it's not expected from this company. The face on this guy, it's pretty well done. The eyes are pretty good. The line work is pretty clean. I will say the skin tone is a little bit translucent again. They have an issue with the thickness of the paint. They're not putting enough coats down or using the right kind of paints because you get blue through the skin tone right there. It's not terrible because there is some blue in flesh tone normally anyway, but it definitely could look better. We do get shading on the gloves. That's pretty good. The little bits of black on there looks alright. Same thing for the boots. That's okay. I don't like this. The pouches are molded in a nice yellow, very yellowy yellow, and then the leg strap is very pale lemon yellow, and again, there's not enough paint on it. It's not even the same color as this yellow. So yeah, it's pretty much same old for Mafex. This is all yellow too. These are not removable, by the way. They did do a good job painting these things in nice silver, but the yellow is definitely iffy there, so those are little things, of course. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it personally, but this is a review. Like, people like to say, oh, you're just nitpicking. Nope, I'm doing my job. I'm showing you everything I can. You decide if it's important, not me. Okay, so that's what's there. Those are the issues. The sculpt is still really nice. I think they did a good job of capturing the thick look for Batman, and it's sculpted well. The articulation looks pretty good. Last thing I'll mention, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last one. His belt hangs down really low, so it looks like he's wearing a man thong rather than his Batman trunks. The belt should be up a little bit higher so that you get to see a little bit more of the trunk. Don't like just having the blue dangly bit down there. It's a little bit off-putting. But otherwise it looks good. I love the head sculpt, and I think the colors are okay. The blue is definitely a paler blue, but I think that's fine for this guy. I've seen it in dark blue, I've seen it in light blue. Could go either way. I think maybe the blue they used for the other Batman might be a better choice, but this one's fine. And that's more of a personal preference anyway. So, yeah, aesthetically speaking, it's good enough. It definitely has the usual Mafex quality control issues, but it's alright. I'll give it... Sculpt is nice. I'm going to go 7. The pleated cape and the weird yellows is just... and the messy bat logo. Yeah, it's only a 7. It's too expensive for those problems, frankly. Frankly, get it? Because it's the Bat... Okay, never mind. It was a good joke. I thought it wasn't. Okay, let's talk about accessories. We're going to just go ahead and talk about Robin as an accessory. Because, like I said, I don't think anybody really cares, but you can tell me if you do. So, same pleated cape issue. Same issue here. Looks even more like a cupcake wrapper because it is yellow and the size of a cupcake wrapper. Paint job on this figure, very iffy. We have very heavy shading down here and in the shoulder bits of the red. So we have dark red, light red, dark red, dark red, light red. It's very iffy looking. The green's okay. Skin tone's very pale but seems okay. I do like the way they did the hair. It has some nice shading in there and the glasses are very well done. It's actually painted eyeballs, sculpted painted eyeballs behind translucent plastic. So that's awesome. That's the way to do it. The R logo for Robin looks like butts again. They just don't do a great job on some of these figures. I'm not sure what's up. But I'm going to treat this accessory like it's a figure. So that's the aesthetic portion. It looks okay overall, but those detail things are not good. Now, as far as accessories for this accessory, we do have an alternate head, which is windswept, and that looks good. They did a really good job with that. We do get the extended or stretched out and non-stretched out, I almost called it a boomerang. It is on a nunchuck. What am I? I'm trying to say every word other than slingshot. Slingshots. We have slingshots, and then we have the 2 fist hands that come on her in the package. We get some gripping hands, some other gripping hands, and some relaxed hands. That's all nice. And then we get a display stand just for this figure. So good batch of accessories for this accessory. I'll go 9 out of 10. Nope. I'm going to say 10 out of 10 for the accessories. Not sure what else you would need for Robin. So that's pretty good. And then let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of the articulation for this accessory figure. Head is on, of course, some ball pegs. So it rotates, moves around. That's good enough. It could be better, but it's good enough. I should do a height measurement, I guess, while we're here. Even though it's just an accessory. It's a joke, guys. If you're not getting that it's a joke, that it's an accessory, it's just a joke. 11.5 to the top of the foof, and that's going to make it about 4.5. Okay, all right. So you saw that double ball peg for the head. The cape is wired, and the wire is connected, so that's good right here. Is it connected on this side? No, we are not connected on this side, though the wire is nice. If it's not connected where it touches the body, it is not good enough. All right, we have a ball peg for the shoulder that essentially just gives you a little bit of a butterfly. It doesn't really do much up or down. Ball hinge for the shoulder gets us up to horizontal. You do get bicep swivel at the green, not at the flesh to the green junction, or at least I couldn't get mine to move. But you do get bicep swivel, so that's fine. Single jointed elbow works really nicely. The benefit of having a nice skinny limb. Ball hinge wrists, good. Torso has a couple of ball pegs. Works pretty well. It's a little bit gappy, but it doesn't have to be, so just adjust for that and you'll be fine. Pretty functional torso. Ball pegs are the way to go, guys. I'm telling you, the more these companies can work out how to fit ball pegs into their designs, the better the articulation will be. It doesn't have to be all fancy engineering. Hips are on ball pegs. They go out wide enough. The skirt part does get in the way a little bit. Going forward, it's not the best thing ever, but it's almost horizontal. That's fine. Going back, you do get some of that. You do get a thigh swivel, double jointed knee. Not the best looking thing in the world, but just go like that and it'll look better. And then get more joint usage balanced. And then you get fewer gaps and it works very nicely. I like that. That's pretty good. Ankle joint is another ball hinge, which goes pretty far back and pretty far forward. And you can rotate it to have a nice ankle rocker, and then you get a toe hinge, which is whatever. So yeah, this accessory figure has very nice articulation. I will go 9 out of 10. It's very, very nice. The cape needs to be connected at both points, though. Okay, so that's it for the accessory. Let's continue on to Batman's accessories. You do get 4 batarangs. You do get the alternate cowled head with the teeth showing. That's pretty good. Then you get the unmasked head, which is really nice. I love the sculpt. I love the paint. Love it. And he gets the accessory cowl that goes around his neck. I like that a whole bunch. As for hands, you get the 2 kind of flat hands that come on him in the package, and you get 2 fist hands, 2 different types of grippy hands, and then some open hands. And then lastly, we get another display stand for the big guy himself. Easy 10 out of 10 for accessories, even if I'm not counting Robin as an accessory. We get stands for each figure, accessories for each figure, like handheld accessories, alternate heads, alternate hands. I'm pleased. Very good spread of accessories. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about his articulation now. Again, ball pegs throughout the head and neck. Let the head move around nicely. He is stumpy, and he has a big chin and a plastic cowl, so yeah, that could be better. You could have better range there, but it's going to be good enough. You'll be okay. Same issue for his wired cape. It does connect at this part right here, so on this side it's good. On this side, the wire is nice, but again, it is flaccid. I remember that was the case on at least one of the other Batmans I reviewed. They keep not connecting it on both sides. That is not okay. The wire needs to be connected. Alright, for the shoulders, you can see we have this ball peg in here. It's actually like a slip ball peg, kind of, the way it functions. You can tuck it in if you want to. I don't know why you would, because that sinks the shoulder in really far, but you can also pull it out or up, and that's where I would leave it, right there. It looks best right there. But you do get extra range out of it because of that, so that's nice. You get your ball hinge up to horizontal. That's good. Full rotation. Everything is nice and creamy. It moves smoothly. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow is really nice. Not too bad looking. Functional. I like it. Wrists are on a ball hinge. No problem there. Torso joint goes really far back. I like that. And it's a double ball peg, by the way. And it goes really far forward. I like that. Going out to the side. Not as far as it could go, but that's pretty good. And then, of course, you do get some rotation. There's some squeaking going on, but I think it'll be okay. And if that's not enough, the lower part does lean forward. Another ball peg down there. It doesn't lean back all that far, but it does lean side to side and rotate. So between the two sets of rotation, you should be just fine. So that's a very nice torso setup. I'll take it for a little bit of a bulky guy. That should be good. The belt is connected in the back, which is why it doesn't sit the way I want it to. Needs to just be a little bit higher. I might disconnect it from the back, scooch it up just a bit. Okay, for the hips, we have the hinged ball pegs, though the hinge is, it doesn't really need to be there. They go out to the side pretty dang far without dropping the hinge down. If you drop it down, they don't go any farther. These companies keep employing a hinged ball peg, and they don't set it up right. Just don't do it. It's not a good design in the first place, because it moves the hip in and out. Don't like it. Don't need it though, so that's fine. The hips are nice and stiff, so it should get the job done. Bring the legs forward. Oh, it's very stiff. That's what she said. Not quite horizontal, but it's probably far enough. Let's see if we can... I can get it up a little bit higher. That's what he said. It works just fine. Bring the leg back. It's a very, very stiff joint. It doesn't go back at all, it seems. Thigh swivel is in there. Somewhat limited, but it's there. Double jointed knee works nicely. I think that's pretty good. He's bulky. It works. Ankle joint, ball hinge, goes pretty far back, all the way forward. Perfect ankle rocker, as you would expect, and a toe joint, which is too loose, but at least it looks decent. So his articulation's pretty solid. Not perfect. I'll go 9 out of 10. There's a few things I would... No, 8 out of 10 because of the cape. 8 out of 10 because of the cape and a few issues here and there, like the hips being tight and the neck being somewhat limited, but all in all, it's a solid release. Again, not surprised because the black and gray one was really good, and of course the blue and gray one just slightly better, as it should be. It's just a joke. Calm down, black and gray fans. It's a strong release. It's a really nice 2-pack or a 1-pack with super duper accessories. Yeah, I'm going to definitely recommend this. If you are even a little bit inclined to get it, I think you should. It's at least as good as the one before it, and it does come obviously with a little bit more stuff. And it's really well done. It's not perfect, but it's really good. I'm going to give the 2-pack an overall rating of 8 out of 10. The paintwork on the chest is kind of a bummer, and the pleated cape is another bummer. Those are kind of big deals, unfortunately. Even though they're relatively small in the grand scheme of things, they're also kind of big for me, and I think objectively, Batman's cape and his chest are fairly important aspects, so if those are missing some points, then we have to consider that. But if you don't care about those things, then definitely get it, then you could have it higher than an 8 out of 10. But I'm going to leave it at 8. You guys can let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.